and welcome to the Jonesin on Whim NFC South Preview. My NFC South,
Yes, it is.
as I would like to proclaim. This is my Saints, my 51st state, my New Orleans Saints are in that division, so we'll start with them. Question number 1 of the 16th podcast, our top 11 of the 16th podcast. How will the absence of head coach Sean Payton affect the Saints in 2012? And do I defer to y'all, or do I just go in?
You should go in.
Yeah, all right, I'm going in.
This one's for you. Yeah.
All right. Game day, maybe a little, but overall, I really don't think it's going to be a negative effect. I have no prior history to reference for this situation because the suspension is not only absurd, it's unprecedented.
True.
Never happened. Never happened. Coach, really suspended for a season? Thanks, Goodell. Suck it. There are too many leaders in the locker room. Not only locker room, not only leaders that are respected in our locker room, but in any locker room in this league. They would be respected in every locker room. Joe Vick's been involved. He was named the interim. He's been involved in every football decision Sean Payton's ever made as a member, as the head coach of the Saints. And then we go to Aaron Cromer, who was named the interim. He's
O-line
O-line coach,
yeah,
which we have a solid unit there. But he's looked at league wide as a potential head coach candidate. But more importantly, he is the second longest tenured, other than Vick, as an assistant with the Saints. Drew and Pete Carmichael will lead the offense as they did in Peyton's absence when he blew out his leg or whatever a year ago. And I assume Steve Spagnuolo was going to have free reign on defense, no matter even if Peyton was healthy. So we shouldn't have any effect there. If Peyton hadn't had the years to lay the groundwork and preach the accountability he demands on this team, I'd probably think differently about this. But the fact is he did, and he has. And I expect everyone to fall in line, even with him not in the building. Bias? Of course. It's me. Confident? Definitely.
I think at most it'll cost him like one game. You know, if there's a way to
so 13
quantify that, or 12,
right.
12 or 11 instead of 12, or
right.
Yeah, 13 losses. Oh no, just kidding.
Our dream is New England saying Super Bowl.
Yeah, his system.
I think it's my dream.
Peyton's system is in place. His staff is in place. Well, obviously it'll be suspended for 6 games too, but and so the value of the head coach during the season is really preparation during the week,
right? And
the staff is a big part of that.
He's been there, a lot of years, so it's like they know what to expect.
The other value of the head coach is, he's the lightning rod for criticism and for why did this happen.
Have you met Joe Vick? Me neither, but he's the lightning rod.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not like they're putting fresh rookies.
Like Jack Del Rio is not coaching the team.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that would be bad.
Right.
I would knock him down a couple times there, but...
what kind of franchise will let Jack Del Rio coach that? Never mind.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I don't see it impacting them very much.
All right.
Yeah, I can go into this big long-winded thing about what coaches do and how it's bullshit and it sucks to be a head coach and blah, 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 but net result, they've had time to prepare for this.
Right.
They didn't get tapped on the shoulder on August 8th and say, hey, you're not going to have a head coach or we're going to suspend these random guys.
They knew, and this organization, the way it's structured, they started preparing for worst case scenario immediately.
And his suspension didn't even take effect immediately when it was handed down.
It was a week.
Yeah.
They got a week.
Okay.
Right,
so
but they were already assuming.
Yeah. And then even with that week, he probably just looked at a bunch of people, cussed a lot, and said, "Don't fuck this up. Look at our schedule. Look at our schedule. Look at what we got going on. Look at what we could do. Don't worry about me. And if you do, go out there and win for me. But don't worry about me. I'm gonna be somewhere chilling. Cause I can't talk to you.
Wife
I can't
dropped
do
him.
nothing.
You don't make money anymore. I'm divorced. I want a divorce.
Yeah. Well.
No, and
he'll be okay.
And I think that, like we did after Katrina, and yes, I can say we.
You just did.
We thrive in the us against the world, just like the Patriots did after the Spygate thing. And I'm not predicting 16-0, or am I? But we'll get to that going forward. But I love this role.
You know you lost to the Rams last year, right?
I don't want to talk about that. don't bring up bullshit.
Oh, sorry.
All right, on to the old shit. The Falcons. Bigger impact for the Falcons. They hired 2 new coordinators. Dirk Cotter or Mike Nolan?
Well,
who makes the bigger impact?
Well, Nolan's the name that's more familiar to me, but from what little I've seen of...
Oh, you're getting sexy with it, huh? Like the Cotter pick?
I'm going with Cotter.
I'm with you.
Because from what I've seen of their offense in the preseason, they're really trying to ramp it up.
They are.
And go pass heavy. And
they are. And
screw Michael Turner and...
Well, no, but they are incorporating the running backs more in the passing game as well.
Well, yeah.
They're doing screens. They're running, intermediate.
Jaquiz now.
Right. Rodgers,
yeah. Yeah, sure, sometimes. So
yeah.
I'm more interested to see what the offense is going to look like.
No, I think you're right. I think you're spot on because Nolan's not even running the 3-4. That is 7 years of success. That's what he ran. And with Cotter, it's more intermediate routes, not so vertical as they've done in the past. With I guess with the prior. I don't even know who it was.
Yeah, who were those guys?
But Julio Jones and Roddy White are big. They're big fellas. They're big guys. So run shorter routes. Roddy White did lead, I think, the league in third down
conversions,
catches, and
he was second in receptions last year.
Right. No, certainly. But they're gonna implement that, and that helps Gonzalez because it's not as much vertical. It's shorter routes, intermediate routes, and you mentioned Jacuzzi Rodgers.
Jaquiz on your face.
And he's a perfect third down back, and he's perfect because Cotter came from Jacksonville, so. Right, that's why that was a shocking hire.
No one wanted to work with.
Right, exactly. And MJD's numbers were there, and Cotter can work in the third down back role, and I could probably talk about this for a while, but it all stands on how Matt Ryan evolves.
That's where I come in, because at first we were like, I don't know about this Matt Ryan fella. They had a hell of a rookie year for what we expected, and we were like, oh well, maybe we were wrong. And then a couple years later, now we're looking. And I've said this, and I'm going to be saying this till they prove me wrong. Atlanta is fool's gold. Because of fantasy football, because Roddy White catches 1 million passes. Oh, look at this, Atlanta so awesome. Woo!
Drops 1 million passes.
They got murdered on national TV on a Saturday night at home in a playoff game.
20-something to 2. 20-something to 2.
No, I'm going even a year back further. 48-21 at home.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And we called it.
And we called it.
Yeah.
And we told people lost money on that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Fool's gold.
Yeah.
And then last year, when everybody could score, everybody threw for 1 million yards. Yeah. Everybody had touchdowns.
Yeah.
How do you not score in a playoff game when, Atlanta, look at that. Oh, Michael Turner. Oh, look at all these names.
Right,
I want all these dudes on my fantasy team. Look at this.
Bastard.
Oh, isn't that awesome? First round of playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
No score, not a field goal. You couldn't even get close enough to get a field goal?
No, nothing.
Fool's gold.
I'm with you.
So, if Matt Ryan is at least remotely acceptable as a quarterback, and they're going to open it up, y'all. Oh, they got this magical third down back, y'all. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I believe it when I see it. I think the offense has more tools to it than the defense, because I really believe the defense is total. Who could even pretend this is a good defense?
Especially not when Nolan's running a defense that he doesn't even normally run. I mean, it's
bailiwick. So it's got to be the offense, and plus they're going to be in shootouts because this defense is going to be giving it up.
I agree. Speaking of shootouts, the Carolina Panthers will probably be involved in a lot of those.
Yeah.
Sophomore slump for Cam Newton.
What's the sophomore slump?
Define a slump. Very, very good. I mean, obviously, he started historically strong last season. 2 400-plus yard games, and then
things kind of changed.
But he only reached 300 yards one time after that.
Yeah.
So and he averaged 228 yards a game. If you remove those 2 400 yards games, that's it. 228. So passing, he runs the ball. He does what he does. I still don't see a slump. I don't. He's smart. He's got the swagger. He's got the skill. They bolstered the supporting cast. They literally by signing Mike Tolbert that bolsters any unit.
They got bigger.
Tubby bastard.
They got fatter.
They traded for Louis Murphy, who we kind of like out of Oakland. I think he was in Oakland before.
Yeah. Oakland.
And they locked up Jonathan Stewart. And Greg Olson's been now he's got a year removed from Chicago. He's a year in the offense. LaFell, he's in that third year as far as receivers go. So
this would be the time.
So this is it. This is it. And I haven't even mentioned Steve Smith, who had a wonderful season a year ago. And that's only the third time he's played 16 games this last year. So slump, I don't see it. In the playoffs, we'll talk about that in a bit. But I don't see a slump. No, as much as it pains me to say.
You got him making the playoffs?
No, I'm saying we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay,
when we go to
I was about to Jim Moore you for a minute.
Right, playoffs. We talk about picks.
Yeah, I'm not sure Cam's. I'm not sure he's going to be allowed to score as many touchdowns as he did running the ball.
14 was it?
18? 6? 18. Was it 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rushing touchdowns.
He threw 20.
He threw 20. Yeah,
he threw 20, but he had 17 picks. So.
He did, and I look for teams to continue to try to force him to pass because after those first couple games, they figured out how to contain the passing game, but he was still doing pretty much what he wanted, running the ball.
Right.
So I think they're going to continue to pressure him that way, and so I think you might see fantasy stats slump a bit.
Yeah.
But I expect him as a leader. I mean, I think the team's slowly headed the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. So I don't think I think you interview him after the season, and if he does that, he wouldn't call it a slump.
No.
To a better record.
Yeah, I imagine the moves they made were to try to preserve him because they drafted him and they showed out with it and they said, okay, this is what we're rolling with. Clausen, my bad, y'all, we were wrong. We're going to take Cam.
I was wrong.
We were wrong.
I wasn't going to make it my starter.
Everybody's like, oh, we were wrong about that. Let's go ahead and take Cam. And yeah, we had jokes. We saw him in the preseason. He was horrible. And then all of a sudden he showed up and
he was really 30% percentage.
He was
completion percentage in preseason. When nobody gives a shit. Was he faking? Right.
How could you be this bad?
Was he faking the two? I don't know. Was he that smart?
He might have been that.
He might have been. I don't know.
He might have tricked us.
Good Lord, he was horrible.
As things calmed down and everything, everybody kind of caught on. He did slow down quite a bit. So I think we get a lot of that, Cam. And so depending on how much because what happens every year, we talk about this fantasy, we talk about this all the time. You get to the end of a season, when it's a running back, you see 11, 23, and you're like, hey, that was an alright season. No, it wasn't.
No.
Maybe he had 3 awesome games. I'm not going to hate on Chris Johnson anymore. But he fell off a little bit, and I think he's going to be closer to that than what he was at first.
Yeah, fair. And even the 228 per game he averaged was still good for 16th in the league.
Yeah.
So not elite, but still not slump worthy.
And not 30th like we thought he was going to be.
Speaking of slump worthy, Josh Freeman. As the sports guy will say.
Is this really a slump, or are we having to just
it's a bounce
try
back.
To remember, when he was good?
Can he bounce back? They've added a lot of weapons. Vincent Jackson, Dallas Clark, Cole Nix on the offensive line. Their best offensive lineman that's not named Cole Nix is out for the season.
Oops.
But they drafted Doug Martin. Can he bounce back? As a team, it seems like they believe he can because Dan Orlovsky and Brett Ratliff are the only players behind him. So they believe he can bounce back. I don't think he can. He's a smart guy. I'm something about him. I don't know. I don't like him. Maybe because he's in my division, but I see no bounce back. What do y'all think?
Last year, at some point they laid it down. Raheem Morris said something.
Who doesn't play for a black coach?
I don't know.
I mean,
that's
the golden. I mean, the brown fella with the big headphones.
He's talking about
that's gold.
And he was young too.
Doo-wop gold.
But maybe that was the problem. Maybe they was just a young coach. They trying to holler at the same groupies, and something went wrong somewhere in there. And they like, man, screw this guy. We're gonna lay down on this brother.
So do we believe this guy can bounce back?
Vikes, Rams, AFC West, NFC East.
So you believe he can bounce back?
I think the schedule mandates that they have.
But look at the schedule. No, him personally, him.
Yeah, the schedule.
But look at last year's schedule. Yeah. We picked him off a couple times, and we have no secondary. We'll get to the secondary.
But they had a bye week early in the year, and during that bye week, he shot himself in the hand at a gun range, and he didn't talk about it for like a month.
Who?
Josh Freeman.
These Plaxico Burress?
His throwing
of the quarterback?
And like a shooting range. Like,
wow.
And obviously he wasn't going to come back and announce it like, hey, I'm going to do
So he's a goofy bastard.
Yes. So probably they'll keep him away from guns. The team is going to be better. Your best receiver.
If that's what you have to do?
Well, you've seen the Dez Bryant rules.
Mike Williams is going to
And Mike Williams as a 1B receiver is better than him as a only receiver.
Right. Fair enough.
And Vincent Jackson,
shot himself in the hand.
I'm not making this up.
I know. How could you?
Vincent Jackson has cried for years. Oh, I'm so awesome. Look at my hat. I'm tall. I can catch.
I couldn't pick him out of the lineup.
I catch Phillip Rivers.
Because he's so fucking hurt all the time.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers throws all these horrible passes, and I catch.
Go to the hospital and find that from.
Yeah,
my shoes broke.
I catch 31-yard passes all the time. I'm awesome. Somebody needs to give me some money. I don't know, Vincent, man. You never called.
Oops.
But now they paid it.
Tampa spent money.
So we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
is he the guy that can never be happy nowhere? Or he's like, I got my money, I'm a number one receiver, they're going to throw me the ball.
We didn't even acknowledge him today in the draft, so that's all we think. You got any opinion?
I think, we see a lot of marquee receivers struggle their first year with a new team.
Mm-hmm. Don't bring logic to this. That's insane. So
and I don't really trust Vincent Jackson anyway
because
he
I'm going to pee. Oh wait, my knee just. I broke my dick.
And he talks a bigger game than he plays.
Right. He's a great talent, but health is.
Freeman's been bad enough for long enough that I don't have a lot of faith in him either. I think the team. I definitely believe that they laid down last year with Morris, and so they were better than a 4-12.
Raheem.
They should have been like 6-10.
They won 10 games the prior season.
Right. So this is not a terrible team. And like you said, they added some offensive weapons.
Okay.
It's not a good team.
So saying that, we'll go into it.
Yeah.
We'll go into. We'll start with Tampa MVPs of that team. Offensively, who has to step up? I know it's a curveball, but it's got, especially with the young lineman that went down last night. Call Nix. I mean, they have to get some kind of running game going, and
and for the same reason, I'm putting it on Ray Rice light. I mean, they're rolling with a rookie. They're saying he's going to be a 3.
We have him in every league.
Yeah,
30th ranked rushing non-attack. That's just I can't even call it an attack. It's a lack of attack. So it's Nix. They stole him from us, and that's fine. They overpaid him. We filled in quite nicely with Ben Grubbs.
It's good to know you moved.
The offensive MVP for Tampa for me is it's Nix. And who you got? Freeman is out there. Vincent Jackson's out there.
They need those guys to produce, but I'll go with Mike Williams. I think he'll have the better season of the two.
Mike Williams will be okay because obviously they're going to be. I think this whole division is going to be in some shootouts based on what I see from a lot of these defenses.
We're going to be up. No,
they're not. But I see some shootouts coming.
How about that game last night? It was awesome.
As far as shootouts go, they're the least equipped in this division to deal with a shootout. So what they're gonna have to do is early in games, they're gonna have to be able to control the clock, do some running, get a couple first downs, stop from being down 10-0 5 minutes into the game. And so I'm putting that all on Ray Rice Light, Doug Martin. They're rolling with him 3 down back. He got to be blocking. He got to do some stuff. So that's who I'm
got to remember goddamn good.
Has Blunt been hurting? I mean,
he hurt his groin.
Okay, so
he's a left hook away from prison. So defensively, the obvious choice would be Rondé Barber, right? I mean, but he's moved to safety.
Yeah.
So for me, it's Talib Aqib.
Is he still free?
He is. He's not in jail either. So he's no longer
Talib.
He was a first round draft pick. He's got to step up. Somebody scored against Tennessee or whoever they played the preseason the other night. But it's a keep for me, especially in this division where it's pass happy, and that's your secondary. That's Barber got rested. I love him, but we need youth at that position, and it's a keep for me. They did pick up somebody. Well, there's another safety or. There's another person in the secondary that they grabbed, and y'all can look it up.
Okay.
But it's a keep for me.
Mark Barron,
They drafted Barron. It's Barron. He's
gonna be back there.
He's B for me as far as
he's from Alabama.
Yeah,
Right.
Trying to make some
he's B for me.
Yeah.
He run against the pass.
He had a pick 6.
Right. He's B for me. So, but it's got to be a key, whatever. But Rondé's gonna still lead the defense, but he's safety now.
They need to cut it out with these lineman injuries too. I mean, that's something to mention as a side note because they're losing them on both ends.
No, I know. That's why I said Knicks.
And we talked about
just run behind Carl Knicks and give me some fantasy points, please.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of weeks ago we talked about the Bills and how they fell apart. It was all on the line.
No,
they lost 2 or 3 guys on the line.
It was a rib injury to Ryan, and then Fred Jackson is.
Yeah, Frederick.
Jesus.
We've been over this.
So.
Stephon?
Yeah. How many teams gave up more points than the Bucks did last year?
0.
Especially rushing yards was a big deal.
That's an effort issue.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of it was an effort issue, and they are in a division that scores a lot of points.
Yes.
So,
Oh, you mean the best offensive football? Oh, that's fine. Sorry.
Atlanta's who's go, I told you.
No.
So I got Barber because he's in his 16th season, and you got a lot of young guys on the defense. It's like get them in shape, get them to cover the right areas in the zone, and not blow coverages, and he's got to be the coach on the field. And,
that's important.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, so I can roll with that. I mean, the safeties are fine. I mean, it's a lot to look at. So, I mean, we can roll with Barber. They need just effort all the way around. They got to cut it out with the lineman injuries. And, if Barber's your elder statesman and keep things established, then that's fair. We're going to roll with that.
All right. So, now the third team in the division.
Atlanta?
Best.
Atlanta?
Just play.
Or
No, I think it's Atlanta, right? It is. Offensively, and like I said earlier, with the new offensive coordinator, it starts with Matt Ryan. The weapons are there; they're locked, they're loaded. But can you make them? Can you translate that into not only winning record? They do that on the regular now, but it's up to him. And Carter can unleash him. But does he have the skills to do it? That's Matt Ryan for me.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. If you're gonna give a quarterback the keys to the offense, and you're gonna do this whole, we hear about this.
It's a sweet ass car.
Oh, hey, let's open it up, y'all.
It's a sweet. Drew Brees drool over this car.
Yeah.
We got our own beautiful car too. If we come, but Julio Jones over here, Roddy White over here, Tony Gonzalez here, and then I got Turner, No Fat Burner, and Jaquiz. They got a third down back. It's not Sproles, but nobody matches our offense. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but that's a sweet ass fucking car.
Yeah,
I mean, that you have the keys.
If it's not Matt Ryan, who is it?
Well, I got Julio Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I see Ryan 75% completion percentage in the preseason.
Ooh.
I think he can thrive in this offense. And Julio Jones,
Cotter, yeah,
he was really the big threat, last year. 17.8 yards per catch.
Yep.
So
nice.
He could really roll
Bringing
up some points.
Bringing the
Yeah,
stats.
his health issues last year.
I want him to not step back.
Yeah, his health issues.
I want him to step back. I want him to step back and break shit, like break his legs.
Step back on the subway.
I know.
And you got some things in place because Roddy White. He's been in it for a while, and you're talking about 4,000 yard season. He
puts up numbers.
He gets 1 million targets a year, and at some point he's gonna have to be more efficient, especially with Julio Jones around.
Right.
And not to mention
he's gonna eat his catches a little bit.
Yeah, and he can say what he wants about.
He says everything he wants to say.
I'm glad we got all this talent on the scene. But when he goes home at night, he's probably in the fetal position. Like, these dudes are gonna put me out of business if I don't start.
They're better than me. They can catch. I can't.
I better start catching passes.
I'm too old.
So the other night he's making like magical catches. Larry Fitzgerald, like, man, that was a good catch though. Mm-hmm. So if you're making those type of catches, that means he.
That was a nice touchdown there.
So all of this stuff means who can screw this up? Matt Ryan.
Right, and that's
If he's not,
it's on him.
Yeah, he's gonna have a whole lot. He's not gonna have a lot to say if we open up the offense and he ends up being the one to screw. So
I agree. And
if they're 3-5 in November, then
I'll try not to. I'll try not to get emotional. But the final team.
Wait, we haven't done the defense yet.
Can I get emotional?
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
Atlanta.
Yes, don't want to.
And I'll get that out of the way real quick. It's Abraham. He's coming over from the Jets. He's actually been healthy for a lot of his time there.
Yeah.
The first year, because that was just
shocking.
He sucked there with health, and the secondary is clearly just looks good on paper. Like these guys are a joke.
Fool's gold.
They're right.
Fool's
it's a joke. So we need a pass rush. And Ray Edwards is, it's Jonathan Abraham for me.
Yeah, Babylon is still hanging out.
That's it for me.
They got Asante Samuel hanging out.
Right, fill in the blanks.
Peyton Rick is still starting. I don't know what's going on with that.
Fill in the blanks. We stole their best linebacker. Seriously? Yeah. They let their best linebacker come to New Orleans? Seriously? Anyway, so,
Stephon?
On to y'all.
Let's see.
Best linebacker! They let their best linebacker come to New Orleans. Wow, I love it. Atlanta just keeps giving me
that
gifts.
was nice of
So it was.
I'll go with the secondary and hanging with those Saints receivers.
Assuming
they play a meaningful game against each other.
But that is it's a list of names everyone knows. Mm-hmm. We all know Dante Robinson, Houston.
Payton.
Asante Samuel, New England.
Right.
And we know these guys, and they're good on paper, but they're not good on the field. And it's awesome. I love it. Drew's like, really? This is okay. All right. Boom, boom. They're our best opponent in the league, in our division, and they offer nothing, especially the secondary.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead. The linemen. These corners are fool's gold. And they're going to need to be not fool's gold because when this line and this front seven doesn't get any pressure, Payton Rick and them are going to have to cover somebody. But I don't see it.
No.
But it's on them because that's what's going to happen. They're going to be the ones having to cover these top shelf receivers. They're going to have to be playing. And they're going to try to get in shootouts with their super awesome offense. And the defense is going to be like, quit being so
super
awesome
offense.
Quit being so damn awesome. You're going to make me have to cover somebody. No. I just want to get paid and not cover anybody.
Good on paper.
I came here because y'all were a running team.
It's paper.
That's paper.
It's not good. Yeah. Actually, I guess we didn't get to...
We didn't do Carolina.
We didn't. And we'll end with the Saints because, well, they're the best. Yeah. And I'll start with Carolina. It's Brandon LaFell for me, LSU.
What?
Offensively.
Okay.
Brandon LaFell.
Yeah.
Because he needs to distract the defenders with the double teams on Steve Smith.
Yeah.
And this rookie quarterback, who is a stud, hate to say, Pains me to say. Like I think I just got
Pain.
I think my kidney just got kicked, punched, something.
Play with pain.
But he's great, but LaFell needs to be that second option. Olsen will be as well, but for him to evolve, you need a number 2.
Yeah.
And LaFell has, and it's his third year. It's his third year. This is the year. So this is LaFell for me.
Stephon?
And they showed a little chemistry too last year.
I want to go a different direction. I mean, it feels like they're pretty set at running
Picking
back
a rookie.
between D'Angelo
Right.
and what, is Stewart still on the team?
Yeah, he's
no,
they locked
And
him
then
up.
they got Tolbert, so it feels like they ought to be set. But I'm going with that running back core. Setting things up for setting things up for Cam
Unit gained it
to
up.
do what he does.
Stock it.
Yeah,
I'm fine with the units. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going
No,
with Cam.
you created the units.
I'm going. Yeah, I know. I'm fine with that. That's fine because sometimes it makes sense.
No, it does.
But in
No,
this
certainly.
case,
I'm gonna get there.
I even wrote this just in case I didn't show up today because I'm dead tired. But I wrote, I don't give a Cam.
Ooh.
Who is that running back, wide receiver? I don't care because Cam, he showed up last year and put it all on himself. And he's trying to be out there winning games by himself. And yeah, he's going to need to get some help, but he's talked a big game with his team. And they letting him have it. So it's on him. When you
It's about as no slump.
when you step up,
No slump.
yeah, no slump. When you step up like that and say, "Hey, I'm the guy. We need to be winning some games. I don't like our attitude. I'm trying to be winning some games. Let's go." That means it starts and ends.
He changes the environment. He changes the everything.
And it takes a little while.
And
for
I
it to
hate
take.
that.
Yeah,
Shit, we played them twice a year.
yeah. Because having Jake Delhomme, that was awesome.
Right? No,
Because nothing's his
that
fault.
was more than great.
He's making horrendous,
Right.
late, bad, behind throws now. You got Cam, he's putting it all on him. So I'll let him do that. Go ahead. It's on you.
No, I love it. And defensively, this is a bad defense. It's really bad.
it is, and they didn't really do a lot to him.
No, they're horrible. what they did do is John Beeson is healthy now.
That's what I look at.
And he comes back. He's healthy. He becomes the best player in that defense by far. And he's the man in the middle. And if he stays healthy, this defense will try to gravitate more to an overall
Decent type
ranking, the middle. So yeah, it's decent for me.
I agree with that. I was gonna cheat. This was gonna be my cheat one. I was gonna do the linebackers, so you helped me with that,
Right.
and that's fine because that's gonna be the key to try to hold this thing together. Because, like I said, they're gonna be in shootouts, man.
No.
These teams are gonna be.
And
showing up.
he's a wonderful football player. He really
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
I don't throw wonderful around. Well, I throw it around
you
a lot.
kinda throw it.
I throw it around a
Yeah.
lot.
You can't
But,
throw it around, but
he
he
is.
much today.
He is really. He's nice. And
Or wonderful.
I don't want to. Right. I don't want to give credit to anybody. So
I struggle to name a lot of other
there's no
players
lineman.
on
There's
their
no one. Yeah.
defense.
No. Gamble. I mean, you're
Yeah.
gonna gamble on Gamble. I think he's in the secondary, right? I don't know.
Yeah, going through the list of tackle leaders last year, don't know very many of those guys. So yeah, but as bad as they were
Chris Campbell
last
right?
year,
He's in the secondary.
yeah, I believe so.
Ohio State.
Chris Campbell, yeah,
Chris Campbell.
he's-
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
they had somebody called Captain Munnerlyn.
Yeah, no, that bad.
That's pretty bad. Where was I going with that?
Sorry.
That's okay. I don't think they need to be that good to compete in this division as far as the defense goes, because points going to be scored. They need to just focus on being mediocre on the D, and they might be able to win 8 or 9 games. They're not going to,
We'll see.
Yeah.
8 or 9, right? Oh wow.
So I didn't really answer.
We'll have some conversation.
I didn't really answer
If
the
8 or 9,
MVP question.
right?
But,
We'll have 8 or 9.
yeah.
8 or 9. We'll have some interesting
they
conversation.
could. I didn't say
All
that,
right.
that was my prediction.
All right, so.
Yeah.
All right, so who's your
The whole thing.
The secondary.
Yeah, the whole damn thing.
All right, well,
Damn thing.
this is being recorded. We're moving on
Are you sure?
to my New Orleans Saints.
Start the clock. Go ahead.
51 seconds.
Let's see.
51
minutes.
51 state. God, it's easy. I mean, offensively, it's breeze. It's true. He's now a coach.
Yeah.
On the field. And
interception.
And when he's bad, when he's bad, we have no chance. When he's himself, we can beat anyone. And we have every chance. And that's it. It's Drew. Just be Drew. Just be the Drew that I love, that I know.
And it's gonna be
that didn't hold out, that pissed me off.
Well, he got
Drew, right?
And he's there now.
Just be Drew.
But now he knows, and we talked about this before, and we may as well bring it up and be right about this. We used to have a hard time being hard on Drew Brees because of what he brought. And I'm saying, but we had a hard time doing it without people wanting to throw us down some steps.
Right, I made a Facebook post and got more comments than ever. Can we kind of make him accountable, please?
But
now he's paid. Right, now he's paid.
If there's a light bulb out at the Superdome, man, fucking Drew Brees, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's going to be all on Drew Brees. Like, he's damn near going to have to throw it and catch it himself. Like,
$100 million.
It is all on Drew Brees.
Fuck up.
I damn near even want to name a defensive player because that's on Drew Brees, too. The whole thing's on Drew Brees.
It is. I agree.
Stephon.
It's Brees. Yeah.
Good job.
This is an easy one. I mean, you balanced the 14 picks last year against 46 touchdowns. That's a pretty good ratio, but 14 picks is still too many.
Yeah.
Needs to get that down. And
it's a holdout. That's too many.
Oh, well, that pissed everybody off.
It pissed me off.
I was one holdout.
But I have a small jersey.
Yeah. But he can toss it to pretty much anyone, anywhere.
He's
got the receivers.
He's a magician. He's a magical. He really is, and that's why we took Russell Wilson today. I see a lot of Drew and Russell, and I hope that if he even comes close to that. I hate myself for hating Drew for those moments, but defensively, I wanted to go linebacker, but the best two are hurt.
Yep.
And when we won the Super Bowl, we won the Super Bowl. We had a lockdown corner. Woo. And he hasn't been that since Jabari Greer. Jabari! You got a fucking Times-Picayune goddamn article weekly. Cover somebody. No more sports hernia goddamn surgeries. Be the lockdown corner you were.
Look.
And we win again. 30th ranked passing defense. Lock down one person, and
look,
we got the youth.
This secondary is going to be on trial all season long. AFC West, throwing the ball. NFC East. I'm trying to win 9 games where I can win the division. They're going to show up throwing.
Yeah.
They got at Green Bay. And then go ahead and circle your calendar a 5th time because you've already done it 4 times because you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about week 12. Frisco. They got to be ready for those games. And that secondary is going to be on trial. People are going to be gunning for those dudes the whole game long. And they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to get Drew a couple more possessions where they can win some of these games. Because they're going to be shootouts. It's going to be 30-something to 30-something. And if this defense doesn't make a couple of stops, the other
cover somebody.
The other teams are going to have the higher number with the 30 in.
Cover somebody.
So it's all on there.
We won the Super Bowl because he was a lockdown corner, and not so much since then. So.
Yeah, it's the secondary. I mean,
it'd be Will Smith, but he has to sit 4 games too. So right. I can't tap him.
Yeah, just all you got to do is kind of stem the tide, as a Saints DB, and they didn't do that as much as they should have.
No. A couple of extra possessions. You give Drew Brees a couple more times the ball, the whole thing's on him, he'll work it out. He'll come up with something. He'll get you some points. And he'll win you a game that maybe you should have lost. And we'll sit here with Harold all season long and watch him lose his mind in the first half. And then this defense will get him a couple plays and they can win it in the second half. But those couple of plays have to happen. And when they don't, we end up with the Saints at the house. And speaking of the Saints at the house, we'll talk about this soon, but they need to be winning some games. Because they need to be all up in the dome in January. And that ain't happening if the secondary doesn't handle it.
No.
Yeah.
We certainly need home field advantage.
Yes.
And we could be in precedent and host a Super Bowl. Shit.
It probably won't take as many.
And I could die
last year.
after that. If that happens, literally no. If I do, I'll get into that later. But it would be wonderful. I said I wouldn't get emotional, so we're not. All right, fantasy. Woo. We've done everything. Quarterback. All right, next.
Fantasy.
Running backs. Everything else is intriguing. I think
Running back
a
is
little
tough.
bit. Right,
Yeah.
it is. And quarterback's obvious. So, but do draft Matt Ryan.
Yes.
And the rest, I don't know. But
Please, in the league,
running back
league I'm in, draft Matt Ryan really early. That'd be so awesome.
right.
Because I'll be taking
Just draft,
Tracy
sir.
Harvin while you're doing that. Thanks. Have fun.
But running back, I struggled with this. I went with no fat burner.
Yeah.
Because his back, he's gonna get the most designated carries, as far as 1, 2, 3 downs, and it's turning for me. I don't know. He's 1,300.
I'm trying not to pick him, but I pretty much have to because
1,300 yards.
he's the only workhorse.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't catch passes, so that obviously hurts you.
In PPR, Sproles maybe is
Yeah.
your bet.
Yeah.
But
But the other three
PPR.
teams, it's
Yeah.
clearly split carries.
Haven't you
and
got-
then a
haven't
question
you-
mark and Doug Martin.
Haven't you guys heard that Atlanta has this really super duper awesome, amazing offense? And they're going to throw it all the time? And they don't care about Michael Turner anymore because they're going to be too busy throwing? Because Matt Ryan's awesome. And everybody else is awesome. And they're going to be throwing the whole time.
yeah, he's garbage.
They're going to do it. So, based on that,
So who you got?
Doug Martin.
Yeah.
I fall for it every
I
time.
hope.
I fall for it every time. They say,
Based on what we did, I hope.
They say somebody's going to be...
It could be. He was
Ray
my
Rice
second
Light.
choice. Yeah.
Ray Rice Light and the coach from Rutgers, and look how I used Ray Rice in college, and I had him doing this, and I had him doing that. Well, if Ray Rice Light shows up and does kind of, sort of some of that, he's going to be in the running.
No, yeah.
And the Saints, they move, they use a lot of people.
Don't touch running backs.
Yeah, they lose, they use a lot
We
of people.
don't. No.
I like Pierre Thomas more than most.
I'm aware, but I love him more than most. But I'm not drafting him.
I know, but look, man, Pierre Thomas is awesome, and now they're talking.
But they don't play him.
I'm counting on Sproles to be healthy.
They consider Ingram his first,
I'm not counting on Mark Ingram to be healthy.
but they consider Ingram their first round pick this year. So they're gonna shove his Bama ass out
Pierre
there.
Thomas can help you win an NFL game, not a fantasy football game.
Right. No, Pierre Thomas is.
I had him the last time he was awesome, so I'm hung up on him. It was 2
I'm
years
in love
ago.
with Pierre Thomas, but anyway,
In fantasy wise, he was similar to Frank Gore last year. So whatever.
he did mention that. So receiver.
I have a strained relationship with the receiver that I want to take because we're talking about shootouts. We're talking about teams going to be throwing. I keep looking and I keep thinking, Colston.
Yeah, it's Colston.
I remember you.
Yeah.
It's Colston.
I remember you.
Because Drew calls his own number.
Yes, and I remember you, Colston. But I also remember every time I turn around, he got a new magical injury, and he might miss a month. And it's
but he doesn't.
plays through it.
He misses it. Right.
But I just don't know if I can roll with that or not. So I'm falling for it. The only time I'm falling for it is super awesome offense is when it pertains to Julio Jones.
Right.
Everything else, I think they're wrong.
No, it's Colston.
So if it's not Colston, it's Julio Jones.
It's Colston.
That's what I got. Julio Jones.
So
And yes,
more than Roddy White.
I realized I picked more than Roddy White.
More than Roddy White.
Roddy is he is a consistent
Droppies, dropsies. No.
fantasy player. He will always get you the points
Catches,
in the teens.
yeah.
He gets catches. He gets you some yards.
But this year, I think it's going to be a little bit less of that.
Yeah. I think Jones will play a bigger role, and he's more explosive. So
Yeah, because Roddy White was kind of stinking up the place in terms of volume of catches in the first 5 or 6 games last year. And what happened is Julio Jones started randomly being hurt. And then Roddy was like, this is my chance. And then he started catching a lot of passes. He had a lot of...
He rediscovered his hands.
He rediscovered his hands because he was...
there they are.
Because for the second
Oh,
time,
wait, this is my job.
yeah, the second time in his career, he was thinking, man, what if I screw this up and I'm out of the league?
Fucking God, he
So,
sucks.
This is so
I really am not a fan.
So we can just see.
It takes 10 years, 8 years to realize that, whatever. All right, so tight end. It seems simple, and it is.
It is.
But beyond the top pick, what are we taking? Are we taking Gonzalez in his 16th year?
Well, how many times
Is it
I tell
16th
you
year?
How many times I gotta tell you in this podcast? Super awesome, ridiculous offense.
Fool's gold.
Woo!
Fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
Haven't you
But
heard?
but the secret is Dallas Clark in Tampa. What does he have left?
It's 2012. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I do a little bit. I didn't draft him today, but I believe a little.
I don't believe it.
Josh Freeman sucks. He can find a tight end. I don't
I think
know.
it'd be too
Clark thrived in Indy, I think, because Peyton could throw long with accuracy.
I don't.
Because
See, I don't believe in. I don't believe in
pattern
Peyton
guy.
as much as people as everyone else does because.
Oh yeah, he blows.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But Reggie Wayne hasn't exactly sucked since
No.
Peyton was gone.
No,
So
the team sure did.
Yeah, well, the defense was a disaster. But I'm just saying, I think, and we talked about it. We talked about the AFC South. He wasn't. They. We can get into this forever, but
Oh yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
he's propped up, and I'm not ready to mount, to crown him at all. But I think Dallas Clark and that mold could be like a Kellen Winslow mold. But
I just don't think
it's Graham.
He's not big enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
Graham's obviously.
It's Graham, right.
We're arguing about number 2 here. This is
Right, that's exactly why.
Number
and
2,
I think
obviously.
Greg Olsen. I think it's Olsen in Carolina.
that's who I was
I
gonna
think
go
that
with.
number 2 is compelling. I think all 3 teams have a shot at this. But, super awesome. Amazing. Ridiculous. Tony Gonzalez manages to get 70 catches every year, even when I think he's done.
He's done. This is it. This is last year.
And last year,
This
they were
is
saying,
it.
He still puts up the numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and last year they were saying he was dropping passes. In
But he had
camp,
like
saying he was horrible.
But
and
he had 60 catches and
so
800 yards. So
yeah,
I think Clark can match that.
Yeah.
maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Yes, we shall.
Defense, none of them. I'm not drafting any of these defenses. I have no interest.
No thanks.
And
And
it pains me to say it, but
if you get negative points for points scored, no, I can't
Yeah,
draft
no.
any of these teams.
Yeah.
no.
If not, take the Saints and just hope they randomly return a couple
Get a lot of
points.
picks.
Sproles returns
They
something.
sproles you out
Co-
of it.
Courtney Roby, love you, sir. Have you, Jersey? I know you never hear this, but I love me some Courtney Roby. Kicker, we took Hartley, so it's the Saints kicker
Yeah.
for me. Scoring.
Yeah,
I agree.
Then that's it.
final standings.
John Casey's 43, still kicking.
Yeah, sadly, release him. So now we move on to
See
the.
which kicker did get released? Billy Cundiff.
Yeah, I told him that yesterday that was going to happen.
I drafted him.
He drafted him like, dude, he's going to get cut. Because they were using the rookie more.
Right.
All right, and the final question:
Final question.
where did these teams land, record-wise? And we'll start at the bottom. I think we all agree at the bottom. I think we all agree at the bottom.
Go ahead.
Tampa, right?
Tampa.
Do we all have Tampa at the bottom?
It's gonna be close, but yeah.
4. I'm not struggled. The
I give
coach,
6.
coach is in over his head. The quarterback's in over his head. Best defender over the hill. So it's an over theme. So 4 wins, and they'll
Yeah.
probably beat us, and I'll hate them. But
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, they'll be bad, but they'll be better. They get the Rams really late in the season, so there could be some old draft pick position situation going on. And they couldn't even get lucky enough.
3 picks.
Wow. They couldn't even get lucky enough to get Minnesota early.
He got drafted. Alex
Okay.
Smith got drafted in our draft today.
Let's go.
Drafted.
Stay on
That's
target.
that's
Target.
Stay
Focus.
on target.
all right.
Jeez.
So,
Now,
how many wins you got?
Tampa isn't even lucky enough to get the Vikings early. They got them in week 8. Like,
No.
Peterson will be perfectly fine by then. So
Right.
That's screwed.
Maybe.
Like, I got them winning 5, and I'm being super nice.
5, right.
I gave him 6.
So, Carolina. I think we all have Carolina.
I do have Carolina 3rd.
I have them winning 6. And
I got 7.
I thought I would have had more wins, but I looked at the schedule.
I thought you said this.
And their starting defense. And honestly, I dig to get 6. They just did.
Yeah, I got them
Their
around
schedule's
5 or
tough.
6.
It's a
Yeah, I
hard
got them
schedule.
around
It is.
5 or 6. It's all bad.
I thought you said this was a great division.
It is, but we're beating each other,
They're
bro.
playing better teams. That's the
But
problem.
the best team in football is all right.
Yeah.
So Carolina hard.
Yeah, Carolina 5 or 6. I can't make them have more than that.
7.
7. All right. In Atlanta.
Who's go?
Your second place, I assume, or do you have them winning the division?
No, I am 2nd.
Because I will beat you.
Because I'm not insane.
So, how many wins you got?
9.
9. Interesting. 9.
We talked about this earlier. I'm being harsh because I'm so hard on the idea.
Fool's
that
goal.
Fool's goal. I got them at 9-7, but let's be nice and make them 10-6. Because 9-7, somebody got to get fired over that.
I got them 1-10, but I don't know. I'm not fucking hate them, but it's a good team, but a bad road team, and
At Philly,
Not that
at
good.
Detroit.
Not that
right,
good.
yeah, right. That's the road. That's the part that and the head coach's ass. So yeah. Now on to the New Orleans, the 51st.
Say.
I love that. The 51st state. My heart, my team. What we got? How many wins? We got them winning the division, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. Nobody's going to stop them, but their defense, shit, come on.
See.
12.
12. I'll take it.
I can live with that.
I got 13.
I was being hella harsh, and being hella harsh, I still can't get them less than 11.
I tried to make a scenario where Atlanta would win more, and I couldn't do it because I'm just that biased, I think. But our biggest games are either at 3:15 or prime time, and that's when we just muscle up, step up. So 13-3. I'm gonna read this because I wrote it, and I want to drop these tidbits of knowledge. But the last 11 teams to host the Super Bowl have failed to make the playoffs. Didn't even make the playoffs. So if we make the playoffs, we're making history. It won't be the case here. Come on. Look at that team.
Yeah, there's question marks here. There's obviously
I'm not
a lot
done
going
reading.
on. Yeah, but
Step back. I'm not that ready.
jeez,
I know. It's my Saints.
get your pennies in.
Our toughest games are in the afternoon or at night, which I've alluded to. And we always rise to the occasion in those games. We always play like, oh wait, this is the one game people are watching. We're stepping up. We're going to be great. And I wanted to pick the Falcons. I did. I just couldn't. 10 wins. I struggled to get them 10 wins. I couldn't. And that's it. I'm sorry for whatever. Being,
you're done.
being grumpy, but
Yeah, you are. With all the off-season turmoil,
we went
Drew holding out, the suspensions, lose the draft picks. You got new people and in charge, and the chip on the shoulder thing that you mentioned.
us against the world.
Yeah, it could make them 15-1, or it could be
Right,
a confused mess.
Right. Who knows?
Be,
Yeah, we don't know.
10-6.
We don't. Right.
They're too good of a team to miss the playoffs.
Too many leaders. I think.
Yeah.
And yeah. So no, I agree. And I just kissed your new cheek. He didn't know.
That didn't happen. He's making that
just
up.
blew the kiss. Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't see that. I was looking at that.
So wins for them. What do you got?
Like I said, what you got? 13.
I got
Stephon
12.
has 12.
Yeah.
I was being harsh as hell, and I caught hell getting them to 11 just to be me. Maybe that pisses somebody off and they win 14.
Art doesn't believe in us.
Just make the playoffs. You know? Just get in the mix, and you're right though that they need to be. They need a host. They need to be
in the dome
yeah.
because something it's ugly. It's not the right thing to talk about because football season is coming up and everybody's so excited, and I am too.
No,
but this
moving.
This bullshit. This
Down boy.
This bullshit. These coaches are suspended for a reason, and Goodell is pissed about it.
It's such bullshit. But
yes, but Goodell is fucking pissed about this.
Yeah, fuck Goodell.
And I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
What is this? The Oscars? You're playing them off the stage?
I'm just saying. We always feel like they don't get calls as it is.
13-3.
I'm just saying. What if they don't get called? They need to get some fucking calls.
We need the refs to get back.
Yes.
No, yeah. Otherwise,
or people will die.
So Saints, get in the fucking dome in January. Quit. Don't leave this up to chance.
13-3.
Don't fuck around and end up in Chicago or some shit to play.
True.
Gee.
No, Chicago.
No Green Bay.
Definitely not Green Bay.
We've been over this. When's
No Green Bay.
Make a dome your home.
This is yours.
What?
It's your box.
Okay. Make a dome your home.
Home in the dome.
January.
Speaking of couldn't preach more.
Savard Jackson will get traded to the Bills.
Yeah, for Vince Young stuff. Shocker.